Hello, my name is Christina and I want to welcome you to my cooking channel Czech Cookbook. Today we'll be making bread rolls with bacon. And who doesn't love bacon? They are so good. So all you need is 1 cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 2 teaspoons of yeast, 2 2/3 of flour. Here I have dried mashed potatoes and we will need 2 tablespoons, 1.5 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 of a cup of water, and this is for the dough. And to top it off, we will use some oil, about 1 tablespoon, mixed with some, I have here seasoning salt. You can use any seasoning you have at home, it doesn't matter. That's what we will brush on the top. And then of course we have here some bacon. I have about 6 slices, and then we will need some shredded cheese. So let's start. Our first step we will have to do is to warm up our milk. It has to be lukewarm. So I will put it in a microwave for about 40 seconds. In a bowl you will put 1 teaspoon sugar and 2 teaspoons of yeast. This is our warmed up milk. Like I said, make sure it's not hot because you will kill the yeast. So lukewarm is perfect. Now stir it a little bit. This is good, and let it sit for 10 minutes. While we wait for our yeast mixture to be risen, we can already do our dry ingredients. Here I have 2 2/3 of a cup of flour. Here we have 1.5 teaspoon salt. Two tablespoons of dried mashed potatoes. Let's mix this together. And we can add also 1/4 of a cup of water. Ten minutes are up and our yeast mixture is nice, so let's put this in. Let's mix it a little bit, but we will need to knead it with our hands. This is good. I washed my hands so they're clean. And now we can start kneading this. You just want to have one solid ball, all of this incorporated into one. If it's too sticky, you will need more flour. With my dough, I'm trying to scrape the walls where there is a little more flour left. This is fine, doesn't have to be too long, just want to have it all incorporated. So let's put some flour. What I like to do, I like to put the flour on the bottom so it does not stick, and on the sides too. And then of course on our dough a little bit. Now you need to cover it up and let it sit for at least 1 hour. It depends how warm is your house, so otherwise you might need 1.5 hours. So I will put it for 1 hour. After 1 hour, this is how big our dough looks, which is great. We'll need to sprinkle a little bit of flour on our board. Let's put our dough on. cut it in half. I'm trying to do the half so they are both equally big. Let's put the other one back into our bowl. You'll try to make a round ball, because that's what we have to roll. Make it flat. It's almost as spongy as a pizza dough. It's pretty fun. And now I can use the rolling pin. Let's flatten this out. You have to push a little harder because, like I said, it springs back. You want to cut it for 8 pieces, so let's do first half. Now this way half. Now you just cut it like this. And now it's time to roll them. So you start from the wider one. And now while you roll, you kind of push and spread them like this. It will also rise much more in the oven. Let's curl it a little bit, just like that. And put it on a tray with our baking sheet. We try to stretch it a little, and now like this. And I'm also pushing down while I'm rolling. See how beautiful they are? You can also flatten them a little bit. Let's prepare our bacon. Our rolls are nicely rolled up, all of them. I mean, all half of them. And now let's cut some bacon. I usually cut it for 3 pieces, because then the rolls are not as big. And you can also use turkey bacon, that works great too. Here I put about 1 tablespoon of oil, or little more than 1 tablespoon. And I have some all-seasoning salt, all seasons salt. So some seasoning salt, just sprinkle a little into your oil. Mix it up. Just to have a nice touch of spices in there. I'll add a little more. And now we sprinkle this oil on top of oil with spices. We'll sprinkle it or put it on top of our rolls. Not sprinkle. Let's put on. Now we put our bacon on top of our rolls. And on top, we'll sprinkle some shredded cheese. Let's turn on the oven now to 380, and while it's preheating, our rolls have a chance to rise a little more. Our oven is preheated, so let's put these in, and we will bake it about 20 minutes for 380, but it depends how your oven bakes because every oven is different, so make sure you don't burn this or the bacon is undercooked. So you just have to see how your oven is baking. As you see, the bacon fat is dripping down the rolls. They are ready